Friends and family, good evening to you all. It has been 18 years since I was brought upon this earth. Accepted or not, I'm technically considered an adult now. That means I can do a lot of things. I can do a plethora of things. I can drive, I can vote, and most importantly, I can drink alcohol. To think that time has flown by so fast that it felt like yesterday as I was still an infant being cradled in the arms of my mother Yvonne or my grandmother Carolina. To think that it felt like last week when I was a toddler playing around with my favorite Hot Wheels cars and my respective tracks with my brother Miguel. I myself am amazed by how much I've grown, how much I've learned from my past mistakes, how many experiences I've shared with this group of wonderful people, and how many blessings I have received. This speech is not to honor the fact that I have turned 18 or that your lovely first apo is now an adult, but rather it is here to honor you guys, to commemorate all the people in this vicinity that have been with me throughout my life. Specifically how they're in their little ways. They taught me the virtues of life, they've offered me once-in-a-lifetime experiences, and they gave me blessings that I will forever cherish. Let us begin with all the important lessons that you have taught me. Discipline. A small subset of you, or aka those who took care of me in Damar, well actually most of you, knew that I was a misbehaved kid. Minsan. Sometimes I would fight with my brother for the privilege to play with the train set, or sometimes I would talk back to my mother. I learned discipline the hard way as my father gave me a spanking after I did that thing. Shout outs to my dad. Of course, I would cry and claim that my own family does not love me. As for outrageous as that was. But after such event, my mother would always tell me that she would always come up to me and tell me why my actions were wrong. Eventually, I would come to understand the gravity of such and learn that piece by piece, the virtue of discipline and prudence. Nowadays, I usually contemplate my actions before enacting them. All thanks to the harsh yet meaningful upbringing my father put me through. Thank you again, Dad. Responsibility.
Good cup, good cup.
Since I am the eldest apo, I am given the responsibility to take care of my younger siblings and cousins. As a child, however, I never really saw that as a task I would have to uphold. In fact, I would say that I'm a very irresponsible kid. I would always lose my personal belongings, like my pencil case, or I would always ask my parents to do my homework for me. If I couldn't take care of my own things, what more to my siblings and cousins? I only had this revelation when I entered the teenage phase of my life, when I turned 13. It's when I began to take everything in life seriously, excelling in academics, developing my musical prowess, and eventually watching over my brother and sister as a responsible kuya. How did my family help me during this stage, you ask? Well, I kept all the reminders from my relatives to be responsible. Not as physical written notes, but as mental post-its that I could always look to. Moving on, there are the experiences we shared together. I would like you all to recall every location, every country, every place we've been together. Picture the white sandy beaches of Boracay, the towering Petronas Twin Towers of Kuala Lumpur, the vibrant colors of Legoland Malaysia in Johor Bahru, the multitude of coffees in Bali, the dynamic nightlife of hawkers and street vendors alike, as well as the vivacity of Disneyland in Hong Kong, the playful atmosphere of Universal Studios and Sentosa in Singapore, the futuristic technocentric culture we gazed upon in Tokyo, and many more. My mother would always tell me that true wealth is not found in your pockets, but treasured in your hearts as experiences. Thus, I am grateful for all the experiences, all the memories we shared together, and cheers to the hopes of venturing to more places around the world in the future. Lastly, I would like to highlight all the blessings that I have received in the past. In conjunction with my last point, I consider these experiences blessings that I will cherish to the end of my days. Other than such, you all have given me a life worth living for. I'm blessed to be wearing these clothes. I'm blessed to be in this bonfire right now, giving this speech. I was blessed to swim with my brother and sister. I was blessed to learn how to play mahjong, how to drink Sapporo and all the like. Indeed, there are many material gifts I've received in this life, but I guess I consider the most significant gifts are the ones that are intangible. Gifts, metaphorically speaking, to specify the love that you people have shown me throughout these years. Through your own small schemes, you have sacrificed pieces of yourselves so that I would be happy. To that, I simply say thank you. So let me reiterate, let me summarize. I'm 18 years old. Let me shorten that. I am old. Okay? It's scary knowing that I have to face difficult trials, but hey, I guess that's the protocol of life. Childhood and adolescence are now in the past. It's time for me to prepare for adulthood. Nevertheless, I cannot forget all the things you have given me, all the lessons you've imparted, all the experiences we shared, and all the blessings you've given me while I was still in my early years of living. I promise that someday, I'll be able to share the stories that weave of the past and of today to continue our legacy as a family. Here's a toast, not to me, but to all of you. Thank you and you all have a good evening.